Friday, March 11th, 2022. I'm watching World News Tonight on ABC. They made mention, now this is interesting, they made mention of, in Florida, spring breakers. They also made mention of West Point cadets that are on the football team. Apparently they overdosed on fentanyl. Thing is that it's March 11th and it's not spring break. I mean, it's not up here anyway. So that's interesting because on the calendar that operational saying doesn't work. Second of all, why are West Point cadets and football players trying fentanyl? Aren't they supposed to be like the goody two-shoes, like does no wrong kind of kids? But it looks like a serious mess for the EMS workers. Apparently they were given something called Narcam. Same stuff the day that I went out with Tia Frio in Manhattan, and whatever guy, he claimed his name was Nick. Again, he was some white guy, just met, under 6 foot. He was not mine. Neither's Tia Frio, 1975 for that matter. I'm walking with my son as my son's whatever, guardian. And we go to eat pizza, and then all of a sudden this guy starts having a seizure. And then the ambulance comes, but I did the 911 call, and I stood out there like this the entire time, because I'm like, just stay on the phone with me, because I'm always stuck in these situations I shouldn't be stuck in, but here we are. So anyhow, whatever's going on here, the most respectable or honorable West Point cadets, whatever North America has to offer in whatever, a couple of them went down and they needed to be hit with Narcam to revive them. Just saying, that's the story the news says.
The alarming images coming in from near Fort Lauderdale, Florida tonight. Authorities are investigating a series of spring break overdoses. They say cocaine laced with fentanyl. Multiple people rushed to the hospital, including reports of 5 West Point cadets. Some of the patients in cardiac arrest. Here's Ariel Reshef.
Tonight, that horror unfolding in the middle of spring break near Fort Lauderdale. Authorities say 5 West Point cadets and 2 other victims were taken to the hospital after 4 people overdosed on cocaine laced with fentanyl. 2 more were exposed while performing CPR on their friends. A 7th person transported later in the evening.
Peeked out the window, seen a couple of dudes laid out.
One by one, first responders taking victims out of the rental home and treating them right there on the scene. Investigators say 4 went into cardiac arrest.
It's extremely potent.
Tonight, authorities concerned about more possible overdoses.
It brings great concern that there could be other ODs over the next couple of days, just basing what we're seeing with the fentanyl that was here.
And David, 2 of those cadets are on the West Point football team. Paramedics using Narcan to revive the victims. West Point says it's investigating. David?
Ariel Reshef tonight. Ariel, thank you. When we come back on a Friday night, the deadly crash into an outdoor restaurant, and then later remembering an icon for...
I don't remember who told me once upon a time, in people who actually loved me somewhere else, not on this earth, or not on this, in this world, that the way that they know is when the crisis happens, or a crisis happens. And then the articulation that follows. And then its ability to match when and if, God forbid, future crisis happens. Narcam seems to be one of those words. Biohazard suits are being shipped, it says, to Ukraine. Again, I don't want to know the evil whatever of men, but on this side, they've used chemical and biological weapons via the whole inoculation campaign. That may work in certain territories, but not with what they planned and what they used the money on in North America. They've been misappropriating funds for quite some time. In the corridor of the lower, like the 48, the US area, or the U.S, or the whatever North American, the abusive side under Canada, below Canada. Canada's our neighbor to the north. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.